So I was thinking about the direction that I wanted this channel to go, and I love aircraft maintenance, don't get me wrong. I love troubleshooting. I love thinking, having a problem, thinking about a solution, implementing that solution, it actually working, and the plane is good, and it flies off, and everybody's happy. The new planes that I'm working on, the 787, Boeing just knocked it out of the park. And there's only so many angles that you could have of the plane coming in, maybe doing an oil, resetting a breaker or testing a system, and the plane is fixed and it goes on its way. And that doesn't really make for exciting content. But at the root of troubleshooting, which is why I love my job in the first place, is thinking. And I love to think, and I love to read, and I love to just kind of dive down to the nuts and bolts of what's going on with humanity. We don't even know, how we got here. We don't even know, the beginning of human history. We have theories about it, but we don't know anything about it. And I love to read philosophy. I love to read Dostoevsky. He's just such a talented writer. He'll twist your head into knots in a single paragraph, and then the next paragraph will untangle it all. And then the paragraph after that will tie your head into knots again, and he just does it over and over and over, 100 times throughout a single book. He really gets down to the very foundation of human psychology and what makes us good and what makes us evil and the thoughts that we have, and implementing those thoughts through choice. He's just such an amazing writer. And the Kazimirov brothers, if you ever get a chance, it's 800 pages, but man, it is the best book ever written. And I think it's actually Jordan Peterson's favorite book, which I'm reading Jordan Peterson right now, We Who Wrestle with God. So obviously I'm thinking about God, and I'm reading Frederico Faggin's Irreducible, so I'm thinking about quantum and quantum physics and quantum computing and quantum entanglement. That's a really weird rabbit hole if you want to go down that one. You excite a particle here on Earth, and through quantum entanglement you can excite a particle, let's say, on Mars instantaneously. So that kind of blows the speed of light right out of the water. And for a long time humanity thought the speed of light was as fast as we're ever going to go. But 2,500 years ago we thought that the Earth was flat, and 500 years ago we thought that everything in our solar system revolved around the Earth. So our knowledge as humans grow, but then I started thinking about knowledge. Knowledge is really infinite. The amount of things that can be known is infinite. So obviously the amount of things that we know versus that is infinitesimally small. And then I started thinking about infinity. I was thinking about, man, the universe is infinite. It just goes on and on and on and on and on, forever. Really? That's really, really difficult for me to, conceptualize and grasp. We can know that something is true and at the same time have absolutely no understanding. Quantum in general, they say. We know it exists, but we don't understand anything about it. And so I'm thinking about infinity, and I'm thinking about, God, and God is perfect, and he's all-knowing and all-seeing. And then I'm thinking about perfection. Perfection is also infinite. There's good, and then there's better and better and better and better. And you can never actually get to perfection. Perfection is also infinite. Knowledge is infinite. And so, where am I going? Let's say God is outside of perfection. God is outside of infinite. So when he creates, let's say, the heavens and the earth, he just says, let there be light, and boom. It has no choice but to be perfect, because he is perfect. So if he creates something, it has no choice but to be perfect. And then he creates humans. Humans are perfect. You look inside of our bodies, 3 trillion lines of code, our veins are whatever 100 miles long, and our heart pumps blood through every single one of them. Our bodies are just absolutely perfect. The earth being the proper distance from the sun, and the perfect 1-to-1 water ratio. We'll never run out of water with the oceans, and the humidity and the pumping system that the earth has for the water. We'll never run out of it. And so that's perfect, and that's good, because we need water to live. And the air, we never run out of air, because what do you know? Plants give off oxygen, and they drink the CO2 that our bodies give off. Not only our bodies, but these planes right in front of me giving off CO2. And there's all those like climate people saying, oh, we're killing the earth because of CO2 and cow farts and car exhaust and all of these things. And I'm thinking to myself, there's like 400 parts per million. Like there's a NASA article that says that the earth is actually greening and deserts are shrinking because of the amount of CO2 on the planet. And back when dinosaurs were alive, there was 2,500 parts per million and the entire earth was like a lavish jungle, and here we are like 400 parts per million. Oh no, we're all gonna die. And I don't think that's true at all. And if it's not true, that means that that is a lie. And if God created us and God is perfect, he made us perfect. You look through a telescope at the universe is chaotic, but the universe is absolutely perfect. We are 100% symbiotic with this planet. Everything that we need to live, the planet provides in abundance that we could never, that's infinite, in infinite abundance. And then you have, the Big Bang, and we just hit the lucky jackpot. And the chances of us actually, you could talk to AI about it, and the chances of humans just hitting the lucky jackpot, let's say, are infinitesimally small. Like, the chances that we just hit the lucky jackpot with the perfect absolutely everything that enables life on this planet and humans just randomly existing, we don't know how that happened, the chances of the lucky jackpot versus the divine hand theory, I mean, which is easier to, contemplate? And so when people say God doesn't exist, like, you prove to me that God doesn't exist, because I just gave you like 5, 6, 7 different proofs that God absolutely exists, and that we exist because something outside of perfection, outside of infinite, something of pure energy, let's say God, actually created us. And I can't get off of that. I can't get off of that bandwagon, and anything else I think is a lie. And Jordan Peterson says sinning is just missing the mark. You aim at the target, you hit the target. If you aim down, you will go down. And you could see the depths of the human soul and the evil that we can encapsulate when you look at things like Maoist China and Stalinist Russia and Hitler's Germany and medieval torture devices and the Epstein files. Like, you could see how truly evil humanity can be. And if everything has an opposite and equal reaction, if we've got evil on the one side that can go on infinitely evil on one end, there has to be infinitely good on the other end. And that infinitely good is God, and has to be God. We didn't just get lucky. We were put here by a divine creator that is outside of the reality as we know it. And anything else, I think, is a lie. And lying is just going down the wrong path. And you don't want to go down the wrong path, because you will regret it. And say you lie to someone that you love and they find out about it, it hurts them and it hurts you, and your soul writhes because of it. And so you try not to do that, and we try not to lie. And if we want to live in the truth as a humanity and better our existence into the future, we have to go down correct paths. And I think that for a long time now, we've allowed people, very, very wealthy and powerful people, to let us go down the wrong path, and maybe even intentionally down the wrong path. And we just let it go on, I feel like, for long enough. And we need to start going down the correct path, especially with things like quantum, because if we let that go down the wrong path, humanity might not survive it. And so I really think that we should go down the right path. And even if God doesn't exist, that little voice in your head that says, hey, do that, or hey, don't do that, hey, don't don't do that. That little voice guides us towards a moral direction that we should be going towards. And if we don't listen to that little voice in our head, we're going down the wrong path. We have to go down the right path, especially into the future with everything that we're doing. And man, I'm telling you, the human race is going places, but we gotta get on that correct path.